Jax was on his feet at our left, and he leapt over our prone bodies, shouting, "Put it down, put it down." I looked in time to see him tackle a hooded figure. In my mind, I realized something was horribly wrong. The figure was clad from ankles to his head in a single cloak. However, I didn't realize that something was horribly wrong about the cloak until later. Jax tackled the figure that had some kind of blade in its left hand, and it was just shy of Preacher's chest. The cloaked figure spun, embracing the tackle, and pitched Jax into a kind of sloppy judo throw some 4 feet away. The figure gained their feet just as I was coming up to mine, but whoever the figure was, they were much faster than I. As I had my balance barely adjusted, I was driven back to the ground as the figure ran through me, grabbing the artifact after passing. I must have tried to grab him, but I only got a chunk of his cloak. Preacher and Tap leveled their P90s at him and got off maybe 4 shots despite emptying their clips. I think I saw one hit the figure high on the right shoulder, but there was no blood, and not so much as a grunt came from the one in the cloak. I yanked Irish to his feet, checking if he was good, and he nodded. I ordered Jax on me, checking to see that he was good. He nodded. I ordered Preacher and Tap to reload and take up the rear. I only wished to God I had never given the order to chase. We hooked up behind the figure, dogging him, but somehow he was always just a bit quicker, and any time he managed to slip us, bastard must have waited for us to catch up. We would see just a flick of that cloak around some corner. Should have known that we were getting baited. In less than half an hour, we found ourselves next to the ziggurat. There was a wall behind it, and I don't need recon to know that it's going to end in the west at a wall and in the east at a debris pile. We saw the figure enter the ziggurat. I ordered everybody to hold fast. I think I knew even then that it was a trap. Irish said something about having him cornered, and he broke into a dead run straight into the ziggurat. I ordered him to stand down, but he muttered something guttural and just kept going. I told Jax to keep him in sight, and went to make sure Preacher and Tap could watch our 6 at the entrance. That's when the mammoth slab came down over the entrance. Jax doubled back for the exit, but it was far too late for him. The only part of him that made it out of the ziggurat was his right arm. It popped right out of socket as a block just crushed the rest of him. I've lost men before. It comes with the job. But this fuster cluck is far too much. I don't even know why Nord sent us out here with no recon and no exit strategy. Even if it costs me my command, I will find answers. Tap and Preach were stronger. They had seen much of this same kind of thing in combat. We all have. But pointless death is just always hard to stomach. We got back to the fob, and as we did, memories of the last mission, the one in Redacted, rattled around in my head. I remember what Redacted had said about Nard. They never tell you the whole story. They never tell you the whole reason for anything they have you do. And you know what else? He said, sometimes you people just do it to watch us squirm. I can't help but think that this has something to do with Project Redacted, Dr. Carl Tum, and also with Redacted. We arrived at the fob, and it was only then that I realized I still had a chunk of the cloak in my left hand. I had Tap confirm my worst fears, and it looks like I was right. The cloak was made out of human skin. The piece I grabbed had a tattoo. Part of it was destroyed, but it spelled out QUS redacted. Type O positive, serial number redacted. I do suspect I know who that figure was. I suspect you do, too. To pass the time, Colonel Tap and Preacher will not be running through your maze any longer. We're going to try and poke the bear. We're going to work solely on that sphere room and kill anyone that tries to come inside the wire. I'm going to use Preacher to guard the door. No more dreams will be reported. No more recon. And no more findings on the sphere shall be logged until you decide to initiate contact. As far as Nard needs be concerned, I, Preacher, and Tap have gone native. We have a 6-month supply. When that runs out, well, we'll see, won't we? This is Lieutenant Colonel Arthur Blair Samuel, putting in my notice. End of logs. Oscar Mike. On this here Fuster Cluck.